everyone, we are back with another video from the Nancy Drew cookbook, and today we are going to be doing the recipe inspired by the third book in the series. So today we're going to be making the Bungalow mystery salad. So this one's definitely a little bit of a different, interesting recipes. I will share with you guys all the ingredients you need to create this recipe. All right, so we are ready to make our recipe, and this recipe is called Bungalow mystery salad. Now I'm not gonna lie, this recipe seems a little bit interesting, but we're gonna go with it and see what it's like. Alright, so for the ingredients, the recipe calls for 2 6 3/4 ounce cans of frozen orange juice. I just went for 1 12-ounce can. 2 lemons, 1 6-ounce can of pineapple juice. I just went with the carton juice. 2 yellow or red bananas, 1 cup of ginger ale, and 1 cup of sugar. It also calls for 24 paper muffin cups. Alright, so as far as ingredients go, I think this is a pretty easy list to get together. I feel like a few of these things you might already have in your kitchen. Alright, so the recipe says to squeeze the lemons and put the juice through a strainer. So to start off, I'm going to cut my lemons in half. Then with my little lemon juicer here, I am going to start by squeezing the lemons. All right, so now that I have my lemon juice in here, I'm going to discard the lemon rind. All right, and now I have the lemon juice here. It says to put it through a sifter, but I really don't think it needs it, so we're just going to set this aside for now. All right, and the next instruction says to thaw the frozen orange juice in a bowl. I've already had this sitting out for about 20 to 30 minutes. It might need to thaw a little bit more. I'm gonna go ahead and add this to the bowl here. All right, now I'm just gonna kind of break this up a bit to get it to thaw more. All right, the next instruction says to add the lemon juice and add the pineapple juice. All right, and I'm just gonna combine this all together. Have to say, this is a little bit of an interesting recipe, but we are going to follow it. All right, now we're gonna set this aside. The next instruction says to mash the bananas and add it to the mixture. So I'm just gonna go ahead and mash them up in this bowl here, and then we'll transfer. All right, and I'm just going to transfer all of the mashed banana into the bowl here. I'm gonna try to mash it a little bit further. All right, so now it calls to add the ginger ale and the cup of sugar to the batter here. And I'm not gonna lie, this seems like a lot of sugar, but I guess we're going with it. All right, and then it says to mix well. All right, and that is pretty much it as far as the ingredients and the cooking aspect of it goes. So now we need to get our muffin tin. So I've already added my little cup liners here. Please excuse the fact that they're all mix match. I decided to just use all the mix match muffin liners that I had left, and so that's why they look a little funny. All right, and now it just says to ladle the mixture into each of the cups. So I'm going to try to do this very carefully. I don't want to make a mess, but we're gonna see how this goes. And I feel like I'm gonna have a lot left over because it called for 24 muffins, but I don't think I'm gonna do that, to be honest. I'm a little worried that the paper cups are going to kind of get soggy. I probably should have done a lot more of the aluminum ones. So I'm gonna try to do this quickly and get these in the freezer. I'm really hoping the little paper cups don't start to deteriorate. Okay, so I still have probably about a third of the mixture left, but that was all I could fit in these cups. I think it's about time I need to get these into the freezer. So I'm going to make some space in the freezer. We're going to transfer these over and we're going to come back and see what these are like after they are fully frozen. All right, guys, so this is what the Bungalow mystery salad looks like after I have taken it out of the freezer. I do have to admit, you guys, I think this is going to be a little bit of a weird one. So I'm going to try to keep my expectations managed, because this just seems like it's gonna be a weird one, but maybe it'll be good. So let's just go ahead and pick one. I guess I'll go with this one, just seems good. We're gonna do a little off-camera taste test. I'm just not very pretty today. So let's move this aside, and I guess I'm gonna try to unpeel it a little bit. And I guess I'm going to eat this with a fork. This is definitely a strange recipe, but let's go ahead and try it. Very cold, very interesting texture. It doesn't taste bad at all. I mean, it tastes pretty good if you like a fruity, citrusy kind of frozen dessert. I could see this being kind of refreshing on like a really hot summer day. It is a bit on the tart side though. And it's just very cold to the teeth. Yeah, the lemon juice makes it a little bit on the tart side, but then once you kind of get like all of that melted and then you get to like the sweet banana part, it kind of mellows out just a little. Yeah, this is a very strange one, guys. I mean, it tastes okay, but the texture of eating it is just kind of bizarre with how tart and cold it is. So it's not a bad recipe. It's just a very strange one to eat. It just, you go through a lot of weird mouth feels. All right, guys, so as far as my ranking goes for this one, I do have to say that the recipe itself wasn't hard to make, but it did require a few extra things that I didn't already have in my kitchen, so I did have to specifically go out and get a few items for this recipe. As far as making it, it wasn't hard at all. If you had asked me to guess when this recipe probably came about, I probably would have hit that nail right on the head. So while it's not a bad recipe, it's just a very strange one. I absolutely don't think I would make this again, but it didn't taste bad. It's just a weird roller coaster that you go through with eating these. Like I said, in the summertime, these are probably great like on a really hot day and you want to cool off and something a little sweet and fruity, a little tart. This would probably be good for that. I think I'm gonna have to rank this one a C. It didn't taste bad or anything, so I wouldn't really rank it lower than that, but I would absolutely not be making these again, and it looks like I'm gonna have a lot of these to eat over the next week or so. Alright guys, so that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Links are below. And until my next video, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.